What is going on? Welcome back to the Rare Element Sports Card Podcast, brought to you by the Denver Card Show. My name is Aaron. I'm here with my boy Jeremy. What is up, brother?
What up? Kicking it and chilling like always.
Kicking it and chilling. You know how it is.
You know how we do.
Tuesday night, we must be kicking and chilling.
Yep.
Had an awesome weekend. We had a little sports card show. I'm representing the Pikes Peak.
Oh, dude, I didn't even notice.
No?
That is so dope.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I was
Nice.
bothering Brant until he broke
Yeah.
down and got me one. I was like,
That's
dude,
cool,
give me a shirt, bro. Give me a shirt. And then he went and bought a nicer shirt. Like he went and got like the polo and
Yeah, he had the one up.
looking good,
that's
looking
dope.
sharp.
Bro, I don't even know how I didn't even fucking notice that.
Well, we were fucking with the soundboard trying to get
Yeah.
the phone call thing all situated, but we got it ready to go.
Nice.
So that brings us to the podcast. You want to jump on in, my brother?
I suppose we shall.
Cool. So our podcast is made up of 3 elements. The first element this week and every week is the cardboard element, which is sports card news. And this week we're going to have a little interview with a special guest, Mr. Jon Scanlon. He is also the proprietor of the Denver Card Show, our sponsor, our homie, and he's got a little story to tell. So we're going to have Mr. Scanlon come on this week and give us a little something, and then we're going to finish it with some sports.
Oh, yeah.
You ready to jump on in?
I think I am.
Let's rip that shit.
Let's rip that shit. I want to fucking do something real quick. Fucking every time we rip that shit from now on, I'm just going to rip a couple of random packs. They might be something, they're never going to be something expensive. But who knows? I might get a hobby box eventually or do some cellos or something fun. But it's always just going to be something random. And it's just, we're going to rip that shit, dog.
Ooh, nice.
So today I'm going to rip open a box of 1990 Pro Set Series 1. So too bad I don't think there's Emmitt Smith rookies in there. I think those were only in Series 2.
Series 2, yeah.
But these are I'm hoping for one of those hologram cards that I've always yapped about. Oh, check that out. That's pretty sweet. Not only is it...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You have to actually crack that sucker.
Yep.
It's not like how boxes are now. Once you take the cellophane off, you have to...
You have to actually cut it
take
open.
the perforations. I mean, I opened quite a bit of this shit back in the day. So I'm just going to crack a couple packs. You want to cheers one up with me? Let's crack them open and see what the fuck's going on in this.
Absolutely.
Get a Lombardi as mine, but anything else.
Dude, that'd be sick. You could have anything else.
There we go. That's pretty sweet. Super Bowl 13. Eric Metcalf.
Super Bowl 14.
Oh, sweet. Bo Jackson, dude. That'll go into the little PC right there.
Oh, nice. Troy Aikman. Brian Sosha. Ooh, Greg Cragen. Denver Bronco.
Oh, nice.
Pro Bowler.
Dude, a Pro Bowl?
Yep, nose tackle. Pro Bowl nose tackle.
Oh, dude, instant win. I could go to freaking, what is the... a trip to the Pro Bowl.
Andre Tippett.
Oh, man. Scratch game, son.
Ooh, Gary Zimmerman. He's there with Minnesota, but he's was part of that.
That might be his rookie, or... I don't know. No, his rookie's like 80-something, 87 or...
I would say something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was a Hall of Famer with the Broncos offensive line.
That's pretty cool.
He blocked for TD as he rushed for 2,000 yards.
Fucking A, he did.
Mike Munchak, our former offensive line coach. It's all Broncos in this
These
pack.
are fun, bro.
Ted Hendricks,
Eric Metcalf.
Dan Marino, and a Bruce Smith. Oh, I have a chance to win.
Yes! They're probably winning every pack.
Nothing big.
No, I mean, there's not really going to be anything big in them, but they're mostly just for fun. They're for fun.
It's for fun.
And there is the chance of one of those Lombardis. And actually, the cool story about the Lombardi, too, that I just found out, another fact about that is they're numbered to 10,000. They paid a calligrapher to hand write the back. Remember I was telling you?
Yeah.
I was telling you about that. It looked like it was handwritten.
Mm-hmm.
And they paid him like $8 a card to do that.
Oh, nice.
And they've only ever found... nothing over 9,000 has ever surfaced.
Really?
So they think they were just inserting them into packs and cases or boxes or whatever until they stopped selling them.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why there's a lot of them they're not numbered or they're like uncut and little shit like that. So I think they made them, but they just never finished.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
They didn't make that many boxes.
Mm.
So with the millions of boxes that there are, and they still only put out 9,000 of those fucking things.
Right.
Supposedly they're like 1 in every 3 cases or some shit is the story I heard, but
That's pretty cool though.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even believe they existed until a few years ago when I finally started buying them.
The Great White Buffalo. Great White Buffalo.
But anyway, that was that, and for fun, it's for fun.
It's for fun. We lose because you're fat.
Yeah, and then actually, before we get too far in, we're gonna do a little giveaway. I know this isn't nothing too crazy. Maybe you might find one of those gold mirrors, or there's supposedly those magical missing cards in these, right? What are they calling them? The hidden gems or something?
Something like that.
Something.
Yeah.
That nobody's found yet. And Jon Scanlon has an interesting theory about that too. We'll have to hit him up.
Right, that'd be part of it.
He said a buddy of his has a theory about it, but yeah, I'll ask him.
I always love hearing theories.
Yeah.
Break out the tinfoil hat, baby. Like the X-Files music.
I fucked it up.
No, I understood what you were doing. I understood.
After all those shenanigans, let's do this.
Let's do this. Let's rip that shit. So the first topic under the cardboard element this week is going to be about TikTok. There was a whole bunch of rumors and videos and YouTubers going nutty over the past week about TikTok banning breaks, and apparently it wasn't correct.
Yeah.
Apparently it was they are banning certain mystery type pack type of things, as well as like banning selling on the platform without going through like TikTok's marketplace that they're creating.
They have one?
I think they're in the works of it, but I don't know if they're actually cutting people off, because I saw some breaks on there last night. So I think that's like to come. Like you can't break or can't sell unless it's through our shit.
So they can get a cut.
So they can get a cut. They like the government. They like to get their piece. So I actually heard about it on Sports Cards Nonsense.
Yeah.
And they did a little research and they found out that it wasn't that. People were flipping the fuck out, bro. Like some people have their whole breaking business on TikTok.
Yeah, I had no idea it was that big on there.
Yeah, I didn't either. I thought it was like mostly YouTube and IG and stuff.
Yeah.
But apparently there's a lot of it going on TikTok.
Yeah.
But it looks like it was like kind of you can't do it unless it's through our shit, dog.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts about that situation, bro? Like, do people in the hobby, especially content creators, like jump way too quickly without knowing the facts on shit? Do you think we're getting like the true story a lot of the times about all the stuff that happens, and people just talk about it and they don't really know?
Yeah, I mean everybody just wants to be the first one to announce everything anymore,
Yeah.
That's why so many celebrity deaths get fucking out there sometimes.
Right. Yeah.
That's slowed down a lot, but there for a while it was like, man, somebody died again. I was like,
yep.
Psych.
I was watching John Witherspoon. He was on Joe Rogan about a year or two ago, and his was like all the time, bro. Like everybody kept saying that he died all the time, and Joe Rogan even asked him, he's like, why is everybody fucking saying that you're dead? And he's like, I don't know. He's like, I get calls all the time. He's like, people are calling me up like, you still okay? He's like, yeah, I'm drinking my wine. I'm fine. But like, he was one of them, bro. Like all the fucking time, people were saying John Witherspoon was dead. And then he finally died.
Yeah.
And he actually died.
Boo.
But yeah, he was one of my favorites, dude.
Yeah, he was fucking good.
Yeah. Every time I'm in the kitchen, you in the kitchen.
Eating up all the food.
I wanted some of those chicklins. I love pig's feet. Dude, that's the all-time line right there.
Hog maw.
Oh, dude.
He sucks his fingers off.
Yep. Have you seen Boomerang?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, his
you got to whip that pussy. Can't be pussy whipped, boy.
That was the best ever, dude. He's like, I got the mushroom shirt. He's like, you got to coordinate. Got the mushroom belt. He's like, your dad got the mushroom belt. So stupid. But shout out to John Witherspoon. Rest in peace, man. That motherfucker was awesome. But yeah, dude. I'm sure that we're even like guilty of this sometimes, because like I don't research, like go deep down into the depths. I'm not a journalist. We're just doing the pod. We talk about sports card news. We talk about stuff we hear, and most of it I get from Sports Collectors Daily. They are pretty much journalists, so like most of the stuff we get is from there. for the cardboard element anyway. And, you know, some of it comes from YouTube. Some of it comes from just shit that I hear.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess we're kind of guilty of it sometimes.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's not like, I think for the most part, we're pretty good about not saying it's a fact. We're usually say that so-and-so said this or that, or we're just like relaying a message almost.
Yeah.
You know,
it's like a retweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, if we fuck up and we do say some shit about something that's not, you know, comes out to be true, we'll say it, you know.
Yeah, I usually try to go out of our way to apologize or say something if we fucked up, or if somebody ever calls us out, shit, let us know, shit.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. But, yeah.
Most of the shit we talk about is not like...
It's not life or death.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like about the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. It's like we're talking about, oh, man, they didn't put the Julio Rodriguez cards in those boxes.
Yeah.
But, yeah, dude, I don't know. I didn't realize TikTok was such a major player in the hobby, really. I mean, we have a TikTok channel, and we put on little snippets here and there, but we don't post a lot on there, and I don't really interact with people on there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know it's, like, huge, and it's, like, the place to be, I guess, right now as far as social media shit goes, but...
Yeah.
I didn't know you could go... I thought TikTok was supposed to be, like, short videos. I didn't know you could sit there going live for, like...
Right.
An hour or whatever.
Yeah, long enough to do a break.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize that either. I thought it was, like you said, like 15 seconds or something. That's like the old man talking about...
I was about to say old ass motherfuckers.
Yeah, talking about young kid shit. And I didn't know.
I've been trying to tell some of these younger people I know, you got to teach me TikTok, and they're like, no, I'm like, no, seriously.
No, I'm for real. I'm not fucking around. Yeah, no, I gotta... And see, I don't... This is old. This is get off my lawn moment for me for sure. But like, I don't like watching those stupid little videos.
I don't really get it either.
You know, like I'll watch them, but like most of the shit they throw at me is like 18-year-old girls half naked. I mean,
if they're at least 20 something, that's cool.
And it's just like, I'm not saying it's the worst thing in the world, but it makes me feel like an old creeper. Like I'm like thumbing through and I'm like, oh damn, Jesus Christ.
Even on our card one, dude, it's like that's all. If you go like actually like search, that's all that comes up.
Yeah.
If you click on like search before you even key anything in, it's just all titties. And how can you help but like click on a few, you know?
I wish I had more hands so I could give those titties 4 thumbs down.
No, it's true, dude. Like it's hard to even search out some things. I was looking for a cabinet for my mom the other day. She was like, hey, help me find this cabinet online. And I was looking, and I just searched simple things, dude, and fucking all kinds of shit would come up. Like, Jesus Christ. Don't look at this, Mom. Don't look. My dad is on my YouTube. I have my premium sub, and I put it on their TV because I'm over there all the time. And my dad's watching my YouTube, so like my algorithm's all fucked up. It's like got my shit and his shit, so it's like sports card breaks and hunting and fishing videos, and like, and every now and again I'll watch some pretty girls. I'll watch some Victoria's Secrets models, or like I'll be looking for a video or like a picture of a video of a girl that I'm like, oh yeah, she's hot, I'm gonna watch that video, and it'll pop up on his shit because he's like searching through. My mom gets all butthurt, bro. She's like, what's that?
Recently viewed or watch again or some shit like that.
Watch it again.
Yeah.
Watch it for the 77th time. And I'm sure my dad's clicked on him a time or two when my mom's not around. He's still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's funny, dude, to watch that dynamic. Like I kind of forget, and I'm like, oh god damn it. I probably shouldn't watch those on YouTube. Yeah. And it's not like porn or anything. It's just like a scene. It's like Mila Kunis, you know, like hot in the bikini. Super, yeah. I don't know. I don't even know if I should say that in the pod. We might get canceled for even saying that I watch videos of pretty girls.
I don't know. Hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
Keep your fingers crossed.
We haven't been canceled yet.
I did say titties a few times already.
Right.
And we say it. We push Big Dave Chappelle say it almost every fucking pod.
That was funny, dude.
So if we don't get busted for that,
we had Scott Wright from Next Gen. We did an interview with him at the Denver Card Show, and I was like, man, should probably tell him like what our pod is. Like, I don't know if he's like, and you're like, well, we're not that bad. We just say shit and fuck. I'm like, no, we actually talk about like anal friendly dicks and we talk about titties all the time. It's like, I don't know, man. We probably should let him know.
Our bad.
Sorry.
It's for fun.
It's just for fun.
Sorry, it's not for kids. We like kids or whatever and all that. I mean, they aight, but
I don't. I don't like kids. I don't like kids at all.
I like them at the show. I mean, they all right.
Sometimes at the show. Yeah.
I like some kids.
Yeah. Yeah, I like some kids. Most kids, no, though. I mean, most kids, I don't really care for them. To be honest, I fucking don't like them at all. I didn't have them for a reason, you know? I didn't have them for a reason.
Yeah, we're fucked. Sorry, guys. We're not back next week.
If we get canceled for hating kids and talking about titties, my bad.
We'll be all right. It's not our target audience.
It's really not. We're not. We're putting the content out for the homeboys.
We're more of the 15 to 59 demographic.
Male, 15 to 59 demographic. Like 18, we'll say. 18 to 59.
I mean.
Oh, shit. But for all you youngsters out there on TikTok, yeah, send us some videos and show us a lesson or two because we don't know really how to do that.
Word.
But we'll see what happens with that. We'll see what happens with that marketplace that TikTok is implementing and what that all entails. And we'll see if it's even worth like looking for stuff to like find cards on there or something.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I've never bothered trying to look up to buy cards on there or anything for sure.
No,
So
no, I haven't either.
apparently people do.
Yeah. Yeah. Excuse me. But, yeah, we'll move on. We'll move on to our next topic. The next topic under the cardboard this week is about PSA.
Word.
PSA is teaming up with Dave and Adams, and they are opening up a submission like kiosk at the Dave and Adams store in Amsterdam, bro. Or the Netherlands, my bad. The Netherlands.
Okay.
Where Amsterdam is in the Netherlands, but I think it's in a different city. I can't remember. I didn't write it down, but it's in a city in the Netherlands.
Word.
How big of a deal is this, do you think, to like for the growth of the hobby? Do you think like PSA stretching out to Europe is like going to really help and going to push a lot of people into the hobby over there?
I don't know. They already had that thing going on over there that got fucked up, obviously. PSA Europe or whatever the fuck it was called.
Oh, that's right.
Was it PSA Europe or PSA
UK. Yeah.
So
they had that scandal.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
They had that. They did that Mark's Cards thing.
That's right.
But so I mean, I imagine there's got to be some demand, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So a void to fill. David Adams is a pretty established name, so I had no idea they were over there as well.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea Netherlands was big enough to have something like that either, or to be the hub of all that, basically for the area, for the
Yeah.
for Europe. Maybe they'll add some more.
Yeah.
Other countries in Europe.
Maybe in London or like somewhere.
That's what I would have expected first, but
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too.
But maybe they pissed off too many people there last time or whatever. I don't know if that was in London, but I know it was in England, but
You fucked me over, you fucking wanker.
yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. It kind of like made me say, all right, PSA, all right. If they could get a foothold in Europe, I think that's kind of big. It's kind of a big deal. If there's enough cards that are being sold there to have a demand for people to want to grade.
So they're grading them there.
No, they're sending them over.
So
They're
they're shipping them back and forth.
they're collecting them and then sending them to the California office, which I thought was kind of weird. Do you think they'd go to the New York?
That is weird.
But yeah, the one in Santa Clara, I believe, or no, not Santa Clara. It's in the LA area.
You would almost think it would be easier to just set up shop over there.
Right.
Shipping everything back and forth all that way.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you're making the customers pay for the shipping probably though, so.
Mm-hmm. And I bet that shipping cost is pretty hefty, dude.
Yeah.
I bet it's expensive. But I'm sure, yeah, the customers are eating that.
Yeah.
But they're having some shows. Like I saw, like there was
how could that be worth it, bro, with the grading costs and the shipping like that?
It's not.
Yeah.
Unless it's like something huge, like
Yeah.
big cards.
Yeah.
But I mean that shows your commitment and your love for the hobby. If you're gonna pay that much to send them over and get them graded,
People are addicted to that shit too. So they love grading cards.
I do.
It's fun.
It is. Yeah, but Dave and Adams, they're like you said, they're a pretty well established name, and that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do you think that there's opportunities in other countries that like PSA or Beckett or any of these other grading companies, or even I would say probably just PSA at this point in time? Do you think there's any other places where there's opportunities where they could set up or like have something similar like this?
Oh yeah. I mean, I think Beckett could just because of the name. I don't know how successful they would be, but people still fucking rock with Beckett fucking magazine, bro, like dummies. But whatever. Oh yeah, dude. I definitely think Japan, of course, or somewhere like that.
Yeah.
Other countries in Europe, probably. Who knows, China maybe. I don't know. China's kind of weird with everything, but there's Australia. There's a lot of collectors in Australia.
Yeah. We actually get some listens in Australia.
Yeah.
We get 2 to 3 every episode on the audio side. So
Yeah.
if you're in Australia and you're listening to us, man, we absolutely love your ass.
Yep. Send us some kangaroo meat.
That's right. Some kangaroo back straps.
Damn.
I've heard kangaroo meat's good.
Yeah.
I've heard that from at least 2 people.
I would try it.
I'd check it out. I saw a meme the other day on Facebook, and it was like American deer, Australian deer, and it was he was all flexing,
Oh yeah.
I was like, damn, they're gnarly little big fuckers.
Yeah.
I'd hate to go toe to toe with one of those.
Hell no, I'll run.
If I was out camping,
I
sleeping in my tent,
with one of them.
just here.
I'll fuck with a bear over a fucking kangaroo.
I know, right? I have a fighter's chance with the bear. The kangaroo, he'd fucking punch me up.
I could probably at least outrun a bear for a minute, maybe.
Right? Oh, there's no outrunning a fucking kangaroo. He'd fucking catch me and give me a quick 2-piece, pop, pop, and fucking be out. I'd just be there bleeding.
Fucking just fucking thomp on you. Thomp in your head, dribbling your head like a basketball with his back feet.
Over there drinking my beer. Drinking a Foster's. Shit.
But no, I mean, there's definitely a lot of, especially UFC fans in Australia. But
yeah,
I've seen a lot of people in some of the Facebook groups and shit, and they ask if that's always a challenge for them is to get cards or to get people to trade with them or to sell them cards because they got to pay so much for shipping, or if they're trying to sell the cards.
Right.
They gotta fucking charge $20 shipping or some shit.
Yeah, I see some Australia on eBay sometimes, some sellers, and that shipping is horrendous.
Yeah,
fuck.
It's like, damn,
you have to drop.
What you gonna do?
Yeah, you're gonna have to drop the price on that a little bit, dog.
I bought a few things from Canada, and it's usually a little more, but it's not crazy.
Yeah, it's not too bad. $12-13.
Takes a little longer, and it's kind of a pain in the ass. But
yeah. I bet you can score some dope ass hockey cards out of Canada.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I've actually gotten quite a few good UFC cards from up there. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. We get a lot of listeners in Canada, actually.
Yeah.
Probably 20 an episode.
Bam.
Biggity bam.
Looking A.
Yeah. But
I always wanted to go to Canada.
I have too. That would be cool. I'd like to go do some fishing up there. There's some northern pike fishing would be crazy good up there.
Wow.
And I think I would like to hunt up there, but there's motherfucking grizzly bears up there.
Yeah, that's just a little different, bro. That's
so I don't know.
Fucking work, bro. That's yeah, that's some real fucking man shit. I'm mostly man.
I'm 75% man. Yeah. I could spend a week in the Colorado mountains, but
yeah, I don't know.
Up there, I don't know, man. There's monsters in those hills.
Freezing balls too.
Fucking cold. Cold.
And giant monsters, dude, and
wolves. There's gray wolves up there, and fucking grizzlies, and cats.
Anything you do hunt or hit, it's monster too.
Right. You're gonna shoot a moose or a fucking caribou. Yeah, it's true. You better hope you kill it.
Yeah.
You're gonna come fuck you up.
Better have a fucking group of fucking homies with you.
Right, or an RPG.
Yeah.
No, you're right. Up there in Canada, it's real. It's real up there. Even as far north as Wyoming and Montana, it gets real up there.
Look at that.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if PSA, decides to expand in other places. I thought that was pretty cool, though. I was like, I like that.
Have you ever bought anything from David Adams or anything?
No, I never have. Have you?
I don't know. I want to say I have off of Facebook maybe a box or something at one point, but I'm not positive.
No, I haven't. I would like to.
Yeah.
I always like to buy cards. It's always a fucking on the list of shit to do. Yeah. But we'll move on, bro. We'll move on. We'll get off of that, and we'll move to our third topic under the cardboard, which is the Pikes Peak Card Show. We had that Pikes Peak.
Nice.
We had that show this last weekend up at the Norris Penrose Arena, and it was an awesome show as usual. Jeremy and I both set up, and how would it go? How was the show for you, brother?
It was nice, man. It was busy as fuck. Moved down to back to my kind of like normal spot. That was probably the most sales I've ever had in a day, besides maybe the all cards weekend. I think
Really?
probably our all cards weekend was a little better than that, but it was big. It was a good day. Sold a lot of UFC. Picked up some nice UFC. Moved a bunch of cards, man. It was a good time. Moved some junk out of my closet. Moved a bunch of old bobbleheads and shit.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, no, it was a blast, dude. Fucking. How about you, man?
It was good. It was good. I didn't do as good as I did the last Pikes Peak show, but it still did pretty good.
Nice.
Not too bad. I forgot to bring the fucking pickups.
No show and tell for you.
No show and tell for me.
What'd you get though? I know you got.
We picked up a couple of decent little slabs. I got a nice Joel Embiid select courtside out of 39, I want to say, in the PSA 10. It was a cool card. It wasn't his rookie. I think it was like his second or third year, but it's a cool card. Got a couple of Aaron Judge rookies. Picked up a Kenny Pickett RPA.
Oh, nice.
It was a decent little card.
That's good.
I picked up, what else?
You could always take pictures and put them on the computer and show them on the stream deck.
I can, yeah.
Maybe?
I can. Yeah.
With a little tinkering.
Little tinkering, little preemptive.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So you don't have to travel with your cards.
I don't mind, though. I don't care to travel with them. I just fucking can't remember to bring them. Some of them went to Springs with Jorge.
Oh, cool.
So they got
stayed up there.
Yeah, we got some stuff mixed up. So I was gonna make a little pickup video for Pikes Peak show, but I was like, I only have about 4 or 5 cards with me. Also got at trade night that night. John's Sports Cards Collectibles in Springs had a trade night, which usually coincides with the Pikes Peak show.
Yeah.
And I picked up a nice Nikola Jokic auto in a SGC 9, I think. SGC 10.
Yeah, that was dope.
I picked up one of those.
That Spectra. I think it's Spectra.
Spectra,
right?
yeah.
Green scope or something.
Yep. For Mr. DC. Good deal, DC, as always. I picked up a couple of Joe Burrows from Mr. Anthony South.
He came off on some Burrows?
He did, dude. I couldn't believe it.
What?
He wouldn't come off of the ones I really wanted, though. He had some really nice Joe Burrows. But that's about it. A few smaller things.
Right on.
Yeah.
Let's see. I picked up a couple little slabs, too. These are kind of my favorites of what I picked up. I picked up a few more things, but 2018 Donruss Optic MPJ autograph. Picked it up for a hell of a deal. I don't know. I thought it was crazy cheap, but wasn't like insanely deal. But
That's nice.
I think good time to pick it up. It's an on-card autograph, bro. Like rated rookie Optic 10.
Can't beat that.
The fuck, man.
The fuck. Yeah, that's a nice card, bro.
So if they go deep into the playoffs, might be a decent little flippy flip.
Yep.
Picked up a 1957 Topps Clemente, kind of for the semi-PC-ish, or sort of, I don't know. Might hang out in the box for a little while and then end up at a show. But
The semi-PC.
pretty dope. I like Clemente cards. That was kind of my dad's guy, so I pick up a few Clementes when I can.
Oh, nice.
And then I picked up Goose Gossage. Kind of a
nice.
hometown guy.
Colorado Springs guy.
Yeah, so he's semi-local, or he's local to Springs, obviously. Autograph on card. This is Topps Chrome. This is from the anniversary edition. The most recent was like I guess it was a 2021 set. But it's pretty sweet. Kind of cute. It's numbered out of 15.
Oh, nice.
So pretty dope. I love those refractors. And let's see if we can see a little serial number action on there. Whatever. Can't always get the great focus.
Wow, he looks weird in this picture.
That's what I was gonna say. He has like a freaking goofy, weird little smile going on.
Yeah.
And then trade night as well. Swooped this up from the homeboy Anthony, of course. Not to fucking give him too much props, but he gave me a pretty cool card. Bo Jackson, autograph, numbered out of 25. So, pretty sweet.
Is that going in the PC?
I don't know. I've got a few other Bo Jackson autos, so I'll kind of have to analyze it and see which one I like better. And I'll keep one for sure. But
yeah, let me know. I might have a buyer.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll probably sell at least one of them. But yeah, I just picked it up in a trade night just to kind of make a deal with the homie and have a good time, man. That's a nice clean auto. It might go to PSA. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna have to double check. I haven't been picking up too many graders lately, so we'll see. It's hard to get that whole 20 rounded up sometimes.
Yeah. Damn, that's sick, dude. That's a beautiful card.
It's got a cool picture on it.
Yeah, it does. His autograph looks nice too.
Yeah, it looks pretty clean. It barely goes off that bottom of that sticker, but like barely.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, you got some nice pickups, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. He looks all old too in that. Like it's almost
He
like
looks all goofy.
Yeah.
I remember he used to do like commercials for like car dealerships in Springs and stuff, like on the radio. Like, this is Goose Gossage, and like he'd talk about like advertising shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I met him once long time ago at a car show in Walsenburg, I want to say.
Really?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yep. Tiny little car show.
Wow. Walsenburg, for those that don't know, is a little town.
Yeah.
About half hour south of here, maybe 40 minutes, 45 minutes. Yeah. And it's a small town.
Figure I might as well finish my little show and tell real quick.
For sure.
Quick little half of a reveal or so of some of my cards I got back from SGC recently.
SGC.
So I sent these through Baubles and Ball Cards group submitter on Facebook. So $18 a card. They only send out once a month, so it's not as fast as like Nash. I think I brought it up before. Nash I think charges like $20, but they send out pretty much weekly or pretty regularly. Whereas these guys, they only send out once a month. So if you're not in a huge hurry, $18 a pop. It's a pretty sweet deal. And so far it's been pretty smooth process. So I got a Poe Dameron orange out of 10.
That's dope.
Orange refractor. I'm not out of 10. That's a SGC 10. Excuse me. Numbered out of 25. So Poe Dameron, he died in Rogue One. No, he was in the new ones.
He was in the new trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then
That's a sick car, dude.
We got these 1963 Standcraft playing cards. These are just like playing cards like for playing poker with. But they were NFL teams, and back in 1963, it was just the NFL.
Oh, nice.
So there was only, 13 teams are showing on there? I don't know. But that's a Joker with the NFL shield on it.
Nice.
SGC 85. So
That's cool.
For being as old as they are, and they're just being playing cards, are kind of pretty vintage-ish. I don't mind the 85 on there. So another hometown hero, you've heard us probably talk about him on the pod a couple times. Dutch Clark, local guy, Puebloan. So that one's an 8.5. He has very few cards, so kind of hard to find cards of him. So I thought that one was cool. That one will go into the PC.
That's real cool. Yeah.
I've been looking at a couple little autographs of his on like little pieces of paper and little letters and things like that, and Drew's been kind of showing me some on eBay. He's been kind of enticing me to go and get one.
Uncle Drew.
So I'll probably have to end up swooping one eventually and maybe slapping it a little authentic slab or something like that. So John Jones, heavyweight champ. We've been talking about him a little bit recently. That's his rookie card.
Oh,
SGC
nice.
9. That's a really tough grade. These first year top second series round 2.
Nice.
So that's might be $150 card. So it's pretty nice little card there. that actually was the one that went to PSA, came back a 7, and I knew that was kind of weird. So sent it to SEC and got my 9.
Damn. That's
Honey, go fuck yourself.
And that was the only grade that came back that I was questionable. You know what I mean? Pretty much
Yeah.
everything else, the last few PSA subs was pretty much dead on. And that one, I just thought it was weird.
Yeah.
Cracked
7?
it out. Still didn't see anything really wrong with it. I mean, it doesn't look perf, but, you know.
There's slight chipping on the back,
Little
but
tiny bit on the
not
edges there. But
not bad at all, dude. That's not a 7.
this one turned out pretty cool. My play with this one was I knew it wouldn't get a PSA 10, but I thought it was better than a PSA 9. So I sent it to SEC hoping for a 10, but it got me a 9.5.
Oh, nice.
So I'll take that. I'll take a SEC 9.5 over a PSA 9. I mean,
Yeah.
barely, but
I would
know.
too. Yeah.
And that's autograph numbered out of 25 too. So that's a pretty fucking sweet card. A rookie, Jordan,
A World Series hero there.
yeah.
That's beautiful. That's a good card.
So I thought it might have a chance at a 10, but I saw like one little thing, and I was like, I think we'll try that one.
It's pretty centered.
Yeah, the centering's barely off. I think I saw like a corner. There's like one little corner with a little,
Oh yeah. Yep.
kind of a little
Just
something
just
there,
a
but-
baby bump though.
And it looks bigger now that it's in the slab than it did before I sent it. So I'm going to blame them for fucking it up. No, I'm just kidding. Might just be the way it reflects in there or whatever. But, you know, who knows? They could fucking nudge it, bro.
Yeah.
Whatever. Especially if it's already soft.
Baseball card.
Yeah, that's a nice baseball card, though, right?
Oh, fuck yeah. That's a banger. And I think has the potential to be a big time player.
Yeah, and I
Big
picked it up
time.
for a pretty good deal. Now that it's graded, too, it's got a little premium to it. So
Yeah.
I did aight.
That's a dope card.
And then probably my favorite card from that sub was going to be this guy right here. And I think I showed a picture of it. It seems like it looks so... Oh, I forgot to take the sleeves off. That's why they look so crappy. But that's okay.
You just get a little reflection.
Yeah.
Yeah, from our studio lights.
Yeah, they just don't come out quite as clear either. But I think I showed this when I first picked it up. I got it from Pikes Peak. And ended up sending it in, getting it graded. Came back at 10. It's one of my favorite cards that I have now.
That's
So,
sick.
Thanks, Pikes Peak. He's
Yep.
giving me some of my favorite shit that I own, just like all the homies. Everybody's always hooking up with the dopest shit.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah,
For sure.
it was a great time. It was a great show. It was that kind of came back. I came home to that, so that was dope.
Yeah.
Came home to the box. I was like, oh, nice.
Let me dip right in.
Before I unload, let me rip into some more cards.
Yeah, fucking A, dude. Yeah, I had a great time at the show. Had a lot of fun. It's always fun. Jorge came and relieved me on the table for a little while, so I was able to do a couple of rounds and bullshit with a couple of guys, more than I have been in the last couple of shows. So it was nice.
Yeah, that's cool. I saw that. Yeah,
yeah.
it's always nice to have a little relief like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was stuck all day, dude. I had to take a whiz. I mean, I think I don't remember. I think I might have had Miguel watch my table for a minute.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, hey, hang out while I go take a whiz, bro.
It's like either you watch my table or I'm gonna be like this, filling up a bottle.
He was kind of like, all right, man, like, you don't know me like that. I could steal your shit. I was like, steal some shit. I gotta go, bro.
I don't care.
That's the only thing about not having somebody to hang out at the table with you and shit. You know?
Yeah.
And like, but and dude, I do get distracted. I start kind of wandering away from my table. I need a little leash, bro. I get like 2-3 tables down. I'm like, fuck, all right, gotta like kind of like looking over, like, see, oh, he's got something cool over there.
I could see it from here.
He's got a bunch of slabs.
I could see it from here. That's a fucking sick ass card. Oh wait, that's his phone. That's his phone.
Yeah, and then or you finally get down there and then you like start asking prices and shit. You're like, oh. Either I can't afford that, or that's way too overpriced. I can't make an offer.
That's something interesting. Like I've heard that sentiment from a few people now. It's like, that's just card show prices. Like, is it just kind of a thing? Is that just kind of how it goes? Like most dealers are just gonna mark them up like that just because they're at the show.
Well, I mean, there's a difference between marking it up 10 or 20% because you have to cover some fees for being at the show, or because You might have the only one in the room, or it's like at least semi-rare. You can't just go and buy it off of eBay right now for that price.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they've sold on eBay for $20, but is there one on there on eBay right now for $20? No. So if you want to ask 25, 28 for it, 30. I mean, 30 is a little crazy, but you know what I mean? You put that as a starting price. And then that way when you take 20, you're hitting the comp. You know?
Yeah.
But if you're asking, it's a $100 card, and you're asking $300 or some shit. That's not card show pricing. That's just greed. Or,
That's just
it could be several things. It could be greed, or it could be just they didn't mark down their shit.
they didn't have time to recomp and reprice.
And I've been a little bit more understanding of that because, I mean, prices have dropped faster recently than probably just about ever. So it's been harder to keep track of. But I mean, there for a while things were fairly steady and they weren't going up and down like insane. So when you would see something double comp then, it was kind of like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But when you see something now, it's like, oh, maybe they just haven't marked it down yet.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
it is still hard to come at somebody with an offer on that. I guess really all you can say is, are you firm on that? And then kind of go from there. But
Yeah.
when it's literally double or triple, it's really hard to start. And even if it is them not necessarily being greedy, them just not marking their shit down or not having time. A lot of the dealers have 9-to-5s, bro. They're not fucking professional card dealers. And
Yeah,
shit like,
that's true. Yeah.
So
I've
had a little more empathy for that, but it does make it super hard to even make an offer when the sticker price on there is
It's
so
so
outrageous.
Yeah, it's so high.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even if it's not per se intentional.
Right. That's true. I got to give more leeway with that because I see it. I just see it. I actually even hear it. You know what I mean? I hear people saying it, like dealers, like
I try
talking
not
to
to
dealers.
take offense if people want a freaking certain amount for their card. And, I mean, it's theirs, dude, and it sucks. You're not going to sell it for that price, but I can't get mad at you for that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Excuse me. Don't start that shit. But no.
take it to the national, though, or big, gigantic thing like that, and you never know. You might find the sucker, but
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
But for at a place like that, then you got, for everybody that you can find that is going to overpay, there's going to be just as many people trying to shark and underpay you, too, and get a bunch of deals off of you. So
Yeah. That's also true. And that I hear this a lot too. I hear dealers talking to other dealers getting upset that people comp the cards that they are selling. They're comping their prices, and they get a little upset. Some people get downright pissed off. How do you feel about that? Does that bother you if you're like at your table selling cards and somebody comes up and is like comping it, like gets you a price, and then they like, let me check a comp.
Oh, I don't care. They can check the comp, but if they come at me like, if they're like, without even trying to make any kind of offer or even anything, they just come at me with that right away. Like that's tougher. You know what I mean? Like, there's a way to do it. There's like the dance, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't just fucking, oh, this is the last comp. Will you sell it for that? Like, you have to start the conversation somewhere else first before you can get to that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
got to like ease in and be like, you got a little room on that? You know, would you be able to put a few things together? You know?
Yeah.
And that's fine if you want to ask them, but if they say no, then don't get sad. You know?
You got to slide the tip in a little, and don't just jam it in there right away.
And as a dealer, you know, I get it, bro. You got fees, you got table fees, and whether you're paying eBay fees or you're paying the fucking setup at a card show, you're still paying your fucking fees.
Yeah.
So if you're selling under comps, I mean, you're still kind of fucking yourself. If you're selling at comps as a dealer, well, people will come at you and say, oh, well, the comp's 100 on eBay. You should take 80 because you don't have fees. What do you mean I don't have fees?
Yeah.
Fucking table was a couple $100, bro. $50 in gas, lunch, you know, everything else. Like, I have plenty of fucking fees. Like,
And having to listen to this fucking shit.
the fucking trade up challenge and fucking, you know.
Right. I have to piss and I have to hold it. Nobody's watching my table. Yeah.
So there's fees. It's not just free to set up, or when people want to do even trades at a show. That's always a tough one.
Yeah.
They don't understand why you don't want to take $100 worth of cards for $100 worth of cards and shit. It's because I gotta make money, dude. And even if you're not you have to at least recoup your fucking fees,
Right.
At the very least,
Yeah.
you know. So, and that's tough to do selling under comps.
Yeah. It's true.
It's next to impossible unless you fucking buy giant collections for 50%.
Yeah.
And if you have the money and the time and somebody's willing to sell that to you, cool, good for you. You know, that's awesome. I wish I could come into some deals like that, but having gigantic piles of cash isn't always fucking the option either.
Yeah. It's true.
So,
It's true. I and they'll a lot of times people will come up with like the lowest comp out of the last like 6.
Yeah, they'll cherry pick it.
You know, it's like, bro, I could see I have 130 point also, and I could see that the one before that sold for like $50 more than that.
Yeah.
So like
I don't like that last comp shit.
right.
Because the only time anybody says last comp is when they're using it because it's the lowest one.
When it's to their advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah. When it's the highest one, they're
Because
not
they know
saying
that it's off and they know that they can sell it for more.
Mm-hmm.
They know that was maybe not quite an anomaly, but you know what I mean? It was like an outlier almost. Or,
Right. Or I need to make my margins on this, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's rough. Like you need to make your margins. I get that, but if you're at the show trying to buy off of dealers, guess who you're talking to?
Exactly, bro.
You're talking to a motherfucker that needs to make their margins.
Yeah, that's like going to Subway and saying, I'm going to sell this to the guy down the street. Can you give it to me for $1 off?
Right.
You know? Don't work that way.
Yeah, that's true.
If you can take it to the guy down the street and charge him for another $1, America. But you're not going to take $1 out of my pocket to put 2 in yours.
Right.
You know?
And that's why it used to like bother me that people would flip out. A lot of people in the hobby would flip out about retail flippers back during the pandemic. They're like, well, what the fuck? There's nothing left for anybody and blah, blah, blah. It's like, bro, they found out that they could buy this and flip it for double, sometimes triple. And you're mad at that? You're just mad because you can't do it. You know, and it's like, I get it. There's not a bunch of cars to buy. I mean, at that time, but they found that hustle. It's America. Yeah. You know, if they found that they're selling them too cheap, then they're hustling. They're trying to do it. Let them do it. It's the same thing that.
Yeah, and it caught up to them, bro. There's a bunch of people that got stuck with a ton of shit.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
A lot of them probably made a bunch of money too, but you know,
people that had bots that were just like loading up,
and then creating the false rarity because there was none on the shelf because it was all the flippers' houses. So it made it seem like it was hard to find when it was just already all gone before you got there.
Right. It's
not necessarily rare. It's just all bought up already.
It's just all gone.
Yeah. And, you know, that's cool. Worked out for him for a while. And
yeah, that's why I never hated on that.
Tops and Panini fucking got hip to it, and now the prices are out of whack. And
yeah, MJ Holdings bumped their shit up. Now it's like $35 a blaster now.
And so they wiped it out.
Yeah, it's true. And the market will take care of itself. It always will. When shit like that happens, though,
yeah, so
they'll figure it out.
Flipper, now you're paying Walmart.
Right. Exactly.
And it's the same price, and now everybody's mad.
Like we buy a little bit of wax at Walmart. Like we'll see some decent, like some of the chromium stuff, and we'll buy it, and it's $35 a blaster, and we'll put it on the table and sell it for $45. Try to make something, you know. But we like to have wax on the table so people like that like wax will come and like they'll be attracted to come to the table. They might see a slab they like while they're there. So it's kind of like
that's why I always used to do it.
Yeah.
I would do a stand up repping most of it eventually because it doesn't sell very fast most of the time.
No, it's
a slow.
It's dead money. It's money that's into it just sitting there. But that's kind of what we're doing, and people will come over and like get sad because it's $45, and they're like, "Well, it's $35 at Walmart." It's like, yeah, it is. You can get it there, but you're at a show.
Yeah,
you could rip it right now with your kid. You could buy it and rip it right now. You can't if you want to go to Walmart and get it, you can. It's okay, but like, don't be mad about it.
No.
And if you buy multiple boxes, I'll give you a little bit of a deal. And so we're not getting rich off of it. It's just you don't want to lose either.
Yep.
Yeah,
bro. And even if you luck out and only have to pay $100 for your fucking table, bro. If you only sell $1,000 worth of shit, that's 10% fees right there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's damn near eBay already.
That's true. That's true. And people don't realize that. They don't look at it that way.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, that's a damn good point.
You sell only 500, that's 20%. You sell whatever, So, I mean, there's fees there too. It's not free to set up at a show.
No.
So.
No, it's not. And there's times when there's empty tables and folks will go over there and like put their cards down and like start trading and doing stuff on a table, and you want to piss people off at a card show. Jesus, dude. I was watching some of the dealers at one of the last shows when there were some guys doing that, and they were like, fuck that shit. Like, went over there and told them what's up right away. Dealers did. Like, the promoter didn't even have to deal with it because the dealer's like, nah, man, fuck that. We pay for our tables. We pay for our shit. And, like, oh, man, they were heated.
Yeah.
They were heated.
Yep.
And I was like, damn.
And it's true. You know, and that's why some of the guys that are like the people that are, you know, the flippers that people get upset about are the guys that are kind of like trying to manipulate some of that and avoid some of the fees and making deals on other people's tables or with people on the side, or, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Showing up with wagons full of shit and like
Yeah.
going dealer to dealer. And even if you're showing up and you're selling to the dealers, and obviously the dealers are paying you percentage, then that's one thing. But if you're trying to show up and sell to a bunch of other people, you show up and you make a couple little fucking deals, nobody gives a fuck. If you're showing up to intentionally try and fucking make multiple like deals at the fucking show, like not as a dealer but with other fucking customers that are there, that's not really cool.
Yeah. It's true, bro. It's true. When I worked at the pawn shop, we used to our boss told us to just throw them out.
Yeah.
Like people would bring their stuff in and they'd want $1,000 for something, piece of gold. We're like, yeah, we can't really do that. You know, I'd probably be at like 600, 700, something like that. And then they're like, oh, I can't do that. And then the guy that's right next to him in line's like, hey, I'll give you 1,000.
Yeah.
I'll give you 1,000 right now.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, bro, you got to get the fuck out of here. Yeah. It's like, but you didn't offer him that. I don't give a fuck. This isn't here for you to make money. This is where we have the lights to turn on. They have to pay employees. We have to pay, a lot of money to be in business here.
Yeah, and you run into your friend at the show, or you make a deal online and you're like, oh, well, we'll finish the deal at the show.
Right.
Who cares?
That's no big deal.
You know? Or even if you do make a few little deals at the show, who gives a fuck, bro? Mm-hmm. You know, nobody cares.
No. But if you're sitting at a table and you're putting cards out and going
basically
all the way.
Posting up, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's a little rough.
Yeah.
That's a little rough.
Yeah, it's just not cool.
Yeah.
You know, to each their own, however you get it done. But
don't be surprised if you hear something.
Gonna make a ton of friends that way.
Right. Yeah.
So
don't be surprised if a Taiwanese dealer comes over and tells you to get the fuck off that table.
Yeah, we got you back. And that's why at the last Pikes Peak, as soon as somebody didn't show up, broke down all those tables, so that people couldn't do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Brant's on top of that shit, for sure.
Per smart.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he's pretty damn good at that shit, bro. We just trying to be like you, Pikes Peak.
I just strive to be like you, sir. But I don't know. Is it that time?
I think so. It's pretty darn close. What do we hit a little commercial and then maybe hit up old John, or?
Yeah. Let's hit the commercial. We'll do a shot and then we'll hit up John.
Perf.
All right, cool. Here's a little word from our sponsor. This podcast is brought to you by Denver Card Shows. Come find your grail and chill with some of the dopest people in the hobby. For more information, check out denvercardshows.com. All right, so he's gonna be having a show at the Crown motherfucker every time Crown Plaza Convention Center next month in April. So what is it, the 29th? 29th and 30th. He's going to have over 200 vendors, or 200 tables, I believe. And come check it out. If you have any need any info, denvercardshow.com, or hit him up on the socials or wherever you can.
Yes, sir.
But he also has a young lady working for him to do all his marketing and social media stuff, and she's killing it. So
yeah,
shout out.
Hell yeah.
For sure. But you want to do a shot, dog?
I do. I'm thirsty.
You thirsty?
Cheers, everybody.
Jeremy, cheers the crowd. I missed my mouth.
Sloppy.
It was like I was on an airplane. He's like, I got a drinking problem.
Oh, yeah. That's just so corny.
He couldn't make it in his mouth. He just like, I got a drinking problem. I just did that. I'm going to splash whiskey all over my face.
Yeah.
But
I suppose.
You want to hit him up? Let's give him a little call. See if Mr. Scanlon's ready.
See if we can get him on the horn here.
Hello.
Yo.
What's going on, homie?
What's up, Mr. Scanlon? Are you ready, sir? Well, you are on live. Well, not live, but,
Recording.
Yeah.
All good, all good.
Awesome, man. So We had a little story come out in the hobby this last week about a gentleman in Aurora that got arrested for.
Had to be a Coloradoan, man.
I know, it's fucking whack.
Of course.
We got arrested for some fake Jordans, and you were letting us know that you had a little up close and personal interaction with this person. So what went down? What happened?
Yeah, man. When my son was born back in 2015, I wanted an heirloom type card to put aside for him, and watch it grow up as he did, and settled on a PSA 9 Michael Jordan Fleer rookie, which in 2015 at the time they were going for about $2,300. So I did a little bit of work, found one on Craigslist locally, and bought it. Ended up very happy with the purchase at the time, put it away, and the same guy hit me up a couple months later. I realize now, fishing for the info. Were you happy with the purchase? So, yep, sure am, man. Put that Jordan away. It's exactly what I wanted. And he had me come out and take a look at another card that was a Reggie Jackson rookie, PSA 9, which again at the time was probably a $4,500 card, and I ended up negotiating it down to, I believe, it was $3,600. So, and I immediately took that and wanted to flip it over to Rick Probstein, have him do an auction, try to make a few dollars, and sent it to Rick. Found out a couple days after Rick got it in hand that he couldn't do anything because he thought that the card was fraudulent and trimmed.
Shit.
Yeah, exactly. So he reached out to me, let me know he couldn't do anything about it, and told me too, one of the security things you could look for was putting your thumb in there and cracking it. And he said, I tried it with the Reggie Jackson and it didn't work. But the first thing I thought was, the Michael Jordan I still had in my possession, right?
Yeah.
So I go over to the Jordan, stick my thumbnail in, and man, that thing cracked open with just literal thumbnail pressure.
No.
So, and then of course, as soon as the case is cracked open and the card is in my hand, I realize that it's a completely fraudulent card, right? Like it's a fake. Yeah. It wasn't the right paper stock. It wasn't the right gloss. So I knew at that point I was kind of screwed. So went around trying to get some legal implications on this Mayo, and it was kind of unique. I bought from him pretty early in his whole scamming ordeal, and being that we're right here in the backyard, I actually went to the dude's house. So
shit.
Yeah, and it was crazy because I go over there to buy a card, and he's unboxing an order from PSA. It's kind of on the laundry list of things that he did that kind of helped quell what would have been anything that would have been odd about the situation.
Yeah,
pro.
Yeah, for sure. So, but they keep talking about fake Jordans. People need to understand that it's not just fake Jordans in this situation. That is what got publicized here at the end. But I mean, I have documented stuff, the dossier basically, where this dude was flipping Ricky Henderson's, Nolan Ryan's, like it was cards. The Michael Jordan was an easy card because, again, when you talk about those, the Jordan's a perfect storm because it's a card that was produced in the 80s as a base card, which means there's only 17 billion of each copy out there, including the Jordan. Right. So, it's not something so unique that people would be awed by it. And, at the time there weren't sales of them for, $750,000 in a 10. So, the Jordan was a real easy card that I am certain, pumped hundreds, if not thousands of fakes into the market.
Oh my God, dude. That's like a whole entire ring, like a fraudulent ring.
With most cards, I tell people, you want to look for graded. PSA is a pretty trusted company, but anybody who's a friend of mine that I'm advising on buying a Michael Jordan rookie, I will advise to stay as far away from a PSA graded copy as you can, unless it was graded in the last few weeks, right?
Wow.
So my advice is buy a BGS and cross it.
Yeah, that would be the move.
Yeah, so few fake BGS examples of anything out there that I would still feel fairly confident in anything that was slabbed up there, and then crossing it myself.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So you said you went to his house. Describe this.
Yeah.
Describe this house. I
Yeah.
heard you on the other. I can't remember the autograph pod or pod your autograph or
Yeah, let me get that potograph.
yes. I heard you on there, and you were talking about the trap house. Describe this
Yeah.
trap house.
It was an apartment, right? And I mean, when I went over there, I was obviously buying a $2,000 collectible. So I wasn't going over there expecting a dark, dingy, gross place. And I didn't get that.
Yeah,
It looked like it was a very well put together, very clean, and again, sitting right there on the kitchen table was an unboxing of what appeared at least to be a legitimate PSA order. It was a lot more lower dollar cards than I was looking at buying at the time. So, no reason to feel like that was fraudulent at all. But,
mm,
I wonder how many things he had around the house that were just complete shams, and maybe he was doing this in other markets as well, not just sports cards.
Wow.
yeah,
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 it was really interesting. But again, it seemed like a nice, well put together apartment. It wasn't in a shitty part of town. It was in Aurora, which Aurora does have some shitty parts of town. And don't get me wrong, but like it was in a nicer put together part of town.
yeah. Hmm. I just like I have this image of like crackheads like sitting around like digging through like nine sleeve pages of cards, like sports card crackheads. But man, dude,
I Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. So
So these are fake slabs that he was using, or he was cracking open PSA slabs and putting the cards in there and putting them
nah,
back
man,
together, or
there was nothing that touched PSA about these things. The only thing that is somehow whoever was producing these counterfeits was able to get backdoor plastic out of whoever was manufacturing it for PSA at the time.
huh?
So the cases they had were authentic PSA cases that just went out the back door. And then when they put them together, they weren't using the supersonic sealer or whatever the hell it is they use.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's why you end up with a bunch of examples that you can, stick your thumbnail in and crack right open.
Man, I wonder how many people are stuck with multiple copies of. I mean, there's people out there. I bet we were just saying the other day that probably have a fucking 1,000 Jordans.
Yeah.
100%. And I've
probably,
maintained that I believe there's literally, I don't believe it's a big number, but it's a whole number. So I believe it's 3, 4, 5% of the total population of Jordans that are in circulation are probably fraudulent.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a big number compared. I mean, like you said, they printed fucking millions of those.
So
Right.
do you think personally? I mean, do you think personally that PSA graded any fakes at all, or do you think these are all just fraudulent aftermarket backdoored slabs and shit?
These are all fraudulent backdoor slabs, man. And I mean, again, it's been a big problem for a long time. I turned into a little Nancy Drew after all this happened, started investigating every case I heard of a fake card anywhere, I had my nose up it. So
I'd say you're more of like a big Nancy Drew, but
fair enough. Thank you very much.
So,
So yeah, like I said, I got a dossier of like bunches of fake cards. Like when I left Mayo's house the second time, when I took a picture of 5 cards that he had. And I believe at this point, all 5 of the cards are fake. There was a PSA 10 Ricky Henderson in there. And yeah, you know what that PSA 10 Ricky Henderson is worth. So
yeah.
I mean, I know somebody got ripped off for $30,000 on that card in 2015.
Right.
jeez,
Wow.
Right, like so, and I'm fairly certain that right now a PSA 10 Ricky Henderson goes for over $100,000.
I would say so. Yeah. Wow. So
Yeah.
on the Potograph podcast, I heard you talking about you having to speak with the FBI. What was that? What was that like? I mean, to the best of what you can say.
And I don't think I have any kind of restrictions, but I mean, it was odd, I much like you guys, I come from that weed smoking background where that authority is not really a welcome presence in our life, you know,
Right.
for regular day to day situations.
Yeah, you see him
But
and
in this,
you clinch up even if you're not doing anything wrong.
yeah,
Right.
exactly, right. So, but I mean, because this scourge was happening in our backyard, I felt obligated to do something about it. So much as it wasn't my most comfortable time, I definitely decided, to go ahead and do it, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad that I was part of what helped put that guy away. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Absolutely.
so but for the first time I interviewed, I was real nervous, and it was a phone interview, so it wasn't that bad. I was able to do most of it, in my bedroom with the lights off under a blanket, so they couldn't see what was going on. Uh, but yeah, and the second time they kind of caught me by surprise. Was at the 2021 National, and we were set up at the booth, and you know slipped away for a quick break and came back, and one of the guys that I was set up with tapped me on the shoulder. He's like, "Hey man, just so you know, there's some FBI guys right there that want to talk to you," as they were walking up to the table.
Oh
So
shit.
yeah, and,
Chew a
and
piece of
that
gum
was
real quick.
definitely intimidating. But so I got to meet the guy who interviewed me in 2015 over the phone, and they had me do a lineup where they showed me pictures of 6 different people and asked me if I could pick Mayo out of the lineup. So they made it that really easy. Wasn't a challenge at all. So yeah, overall very interesting. Nothing that I would have ever considered really in my wheelhouse, but again, with the interest of trying to protect anybody else's money in the Colorado area, man, I wanted to see that we could do what we could do about getting him thrown away.
So it still took 2 years from that point, even.
Yeah. I mean, and overall, we're talking about 7 years, 7.5 years since the
Wow.
first time that I got ripped off.
And he was still active the whole time.
To the best of my knowledge, yes, because I know there were fakes coming constant,
Wow.
especially on Jordans and other just heirloomy type of cards.
Do you know if there's anybody else? Are they trying to get anybody else that was like supplying him the plastic or any of that or any? Is it
Well, I
just
mean,
him?
they should. No, it's definitely not him. Mayo's not sitting around manufacturing cards and squeezing together slabs and stuff. Mayo's no different than a drug dealer standing on the corner peddling his shit. He's basically
Right.
got his block that he's worried about. I'd be willing to bet any amount of money there's other Mayos in other parts of the country, and doing the same kind of thing. And this is just one that they were able to get up and chop the head off the snake. So,
Wow.
but yeah, there's definitely more to this than just Mayo getting busted, and I believe that the estimation of $800,000, man, is way, way, way low.
Oh, it's gotta be.
Yeah.
Couple Jordans
Yeah,
adds up to that.
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
exactly. So I think that's basically like an iceberg where you see the little $800,000 above water, but God only knows how big it is underneath.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Anybody else that you know personally was affected by it?
No, I met a few people along the way that were just as affected, if not more affected than I was. But no, nobody else that I really knew. I was actually kind of taken back when I was interviewing with Drew the other day when he mentioned that he was involved in it at some levels too. So
Right.
yeah, that's the only one that I know, which again kind of is scary because you don't know how he got these things out there. You don't know where he was out operating. I know that he was doing things where he would reach out to, Jeremy, let's say you had your eBay store set up. You'd get a message one day like, "Hey, Jeremy, you got a nice $50,000 worth of cards here. I've got this, $60,000 Jordan. Maybe we can make a trade, and without thinking about it really hard, you're like, oh shit, man, Jordan, let's go. And you've traded a bunch of legit inventory then for something that's not worth the roll of toilet paper you got in the
Worthless.
bathroom.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, and that's just what we know of. You know, again, there could have been many ways. I know for sure that they were trying to go to local shops and try to peddle them at different local shops at different times.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
you know, Mayo is pretty well known in the Colorado collecting scene, especially with people that have been doing this since like the 2015 range. Because one of the first things I did after, you know, discovering all of this was I seeked out a show in Denver for the first time so that I could go talk to vintage dealers, right? And the first vintage dealer I went up to, I brought the Reggie Jackson, and I was like, "Hey, can you give me your opinion on this?" He looked at it, looked up at me, and said, "Did you buy this from a guy named Mayo?"
Oh my
man.
God.
Right. So, I mean, he had a little bit of a reputation working at that point in time. And, you know, God only knows why they were allowing him to operate as long as they did. But, you know,
Yeah.
his day finally came, man.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah. It made
I mean,
national news and everything, man. He was all over the place.
yeah, this is one of the biggest scamming situations I'd imagine in the hobby's history.
Yeah, I would say so. And like especially with like the pandemic boom when there was a ton of new people coming in.
Oh my god.
I'm sure he just
Uh-huh.
feasted on people. I'm sure there
Oh,
was
my God.
just so
Yeah.
many newbies.
And I'll tell you what, I bought in 2015. The fakes that I bought in 2015 were great. I was already semi aware of the fact that there were fakes out there in 2015. So I did due diligence. You know, I checked the cert number to make sure the cert matched NPSA's database. I used a barcode reader. I scanned the barcode and boom, the same number came up as the cert, right? So they were doing a lot of things to make sure this all worked smoothly. This wasn't just a fly by night one time thing. This was a well oiled machine. And that's why I say I don't trust them PSA Jordans unless they've got a big number in front, like a 6 or a 7.
Right. Right. Wow, man. Well,
Yeah.
I gotta say, big ups to you, man, for, you know, helping crack down on this motherfucker and helping like people in the hobby and going out and doing your research and like trying to help out as many people as you can, because that's commendable to me for sure.
You the real MVP.
Hey man, I appreciate that. And you know, you guys know that I'm a community guy and I've always put this ahead of me in my personal gain. So that's consistent with my messaging. And on that, you know, I don't know how you feel about the guy, but I'm going to go ahead and say, Vegas Dave, suck a goddamn dick.
Bam.
You should have eaten that, motherfucker. Just because you got ripped off on a Jordan doesn't mean you should pass it along to the next motherfucker. Be a real man, take it on the chin, take your loss, especially a big multimillionaire like you.
He sold one of those, passed it on.
Yeah,
someone else?
Vegas Dave bought a fake PSA 10 Jordan, passed it on to somebody else who discovered it was fake, and then Dave was like, "Yeah, sorry."
Oh,
What a
fuck.
penis. What a
Yeah,
fucking penis.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Sorry, I didn't mean to drop a bomb like that on your show
shit.
without asking
I mean,
first.
you've listened, right?
You motherfucker, you.
Yeah, I know.
Fuck
I'm not
that guy.
that sorry.
So Mayo, what's the guy's full name?
Mayo Gilbert, I think McNeil, but Mayo McNeil.
Mayo McNeil.
Yeah.
Do you think he has any cronies that are trying to continue the fucking, like, anybody under him, any underlings or anything?
I would bet almost anything
He
that
taught
unless
someone.
they got whatever's above Mayo, that there's still going to be some sort of attempted criminal activity out of that organization. Yeah.
It'd have to be, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So stay safe and buy from trusted vendors, y'all. And
Yeah.
that's the number one thing you can do.
And at the very
Buy
least,
from somebody that you know and who's going to stand behind your purchase.
exactly. You get caught up, you make it fucking right, man.
Right?
Yeah.
I went out and tried to save $500. It cost me $5,000.
Damn.
Right? So don't let that shit happen to you.
Yeah, for sure. Well, right on, John. We fucking appreciate you, man, coming on and telling your story about this. And we appreciate you for a lot of things, for helping build this community in Colorado and putting on that Denver card show. It's fucking a banger of a show, and we love every bit of it and appreciate the fuck out of you, brother.
Looking at
Hey, man, thank y'all very much. I appreciate what you do, too. I know it's not easy to put this thing down every week and do it consistently, and y'all been doing a great job at it. So keep it up, man.
Thanks, buddy.
Appreciate it, man. All right.
Fellas, thank y'all very much. I appreciate your time.
Absolutely.
Right, we'll see you soon.
All right, brother.
All right, peace.
Peace
Later.
out.
that was Mr. Jon Scanlon from the Denver Card Shows and his tale from getting fucked, basically, by this Mayo McNeil motherfucker. So, yeah, I appreciate John for coming on and helping spread the word.
Yeah, man. Watch your shit.
Watch your back. Watch your shit.
If you got them Jordans, you might want to double check them.
Right. Try the little fingernail test on it. Stick it in the slab. See if it pops open. Definitely be aware.
Yep.
Be aware. But that story, like I said, it made national news. There's a LCS up in Denver called All Seas. They 9 News came in and did an interview with James, the owner and proprietor of the shop. Check that out as well. He talks about different things to look for in that interview as well. So
yeah, man. There's people out there trying to scam for fucking $50 cards all day on eBay and shit, man.
Yeah.
Let alone this fucking gigantic shit. So
yeah, it's true.
there's some shady motherfuckers out there. Just watch your ass.
Watch your ass. But want to move on to some sports, my brother?
But first, we need.
Oh shit! I gotta get a little Snoop Dogg.
I should have told John to make sure.
Can we get a motherfucking moment of silence for this small chronic break?
I should have told him make sure he had a spliff and a shot ready to do with us.
Oh, I know. He would have too. I know he would have.
Shit, he probably just put it down right before you answered. That's a tasty one.
Let me see that torch, brother.
Sorry, homie.
Oh, you're good. Is this some of yours?
Yeah, that's a good nug though. I picked out a nice one.
Dude, any of it that I've smoked of yours has been amazing.
Some of that. I don't even know. Hopefully YouTube don't shut us down for showing that.
Nice little nug. Nice little nug. But are you ready for some motherfucking sports, dog?
Yep.
Sorry, excuse me. So the first topic under the sports element this week is about the NFL free agency. We just had our non-tampering day. It was yesterday, or the first day of tampering, and today or tomorrow, I think, is the official start of free agency. We had some moves go down. I don't know. As of time of recording, Aaron Rodgers still hasn't fully committed to going to the Jets. Trey Wingo came out and said that he did, and then Ian Rappaport came out and said, fuck no. And nothing has come out so far. So Aaron Rodgers to the Jets is still kind of on hold.
Yeah.
I guess it's pending him making the decision. What do you think about Aaron Rodgers, bro? Do you think he's fucking being a bitch, or what's going on here?
I don't know, man. It's like I've been kind of like saying a lot lately. Like, we selfishly want them to fucking hurry up and do all this shit so that we can fucking know what's going on or move on and shit. But he has every right to do what he's fucking doing.
That's true. Yeah.
It's his off time, bro. He's on vacation basically right now, and everybody's
Right.
like pressuring him to fucking make life choices and shit.
Right.
And it's like he
Right.
doesn't even have to deal with that until tomorrow.
Right.
You know,
That's
like,
true. No, you're
and
100%
we're like,
right, bro.
Hurry up, bitch! Hurry up! I have to know who I'm gonna draft for fantasy football.
Want to know if I have to sell my Aaron Rodgers cards or not? No, you're
Yeah, that's more like.
yeah, you're right on the money, bro, for sure.
But I'm pretty sure it sure seems to be a done deal. But I mean, they've gone that far to say that kind of shit before. I mean, I tried watching a little bit of ESPN and shit today, and that's all the motherfuckers wouldn't shut the fuck up about.
Yeah. Yeah.
And of course, now they said that they think that they're gonna sign Lazard, who's not even a huge deal, but like apparently Rodgers loves him.
From what I heard, old Aaron Rodgers has like a laundry list of shit that he like needs them to do before he like agrees.
Yeah.
Ron.
So like it's like Lazard, Randall Cobb,
Old dirty blowjob.
old dirty blowjob. He wants Odell, dude. He wants him bad. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. The Jets have good wide receivers. Like they have Elijah Moore and they have Garrett Wilson. I mean, they're solid at wide receiver. They don't need all that.
Yeah, those guys are gonna be like, well, "Fuck you, man."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's devastating for my fantasy football team because I have Garrett Wilson and I need him to get the lion's share of the catches.
Oh shit. You never know what the fuck that fucking trippy ass motherfucker's gonna do, bro. So,
I know, right?
I mean, if they're counting on him coming, and you don't show, a lot of the guys are kind of gone already, bro.
Yeah, I would say some for sure.
I mean, Lamar supposedly still, but they can match any offer. So
Yeah,
Lamar's just, You're just helping him get his money from the Ravens, really, if you throw him an offer.
Yeah, I think Omar's on the verge of overplaying his hand, though.
Yeah, he's getting there.
He's getting close because, like, they've offered him a big contract, and it doesn't seem like anyone else is really coming after him. Because if they had a big time trade offered, it would be out. People would know.
Yeah.
And then, you know, there was like a list of 5 teams that said nah on Lamar already, and that came out and publicly said we're not going to try to get Lamar, and it was most of the teams that would be in the mix for him.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and I heard a lot of that as part of why, because then they just come back and match the deal, so it's like pointless to even throw money at him.
right.
So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, he should have took his money last year.
You should have took that money, because at this point they could just franchise tag him, and then it comes down to like if you're going to hold out or not, you know, or you have to play. If they tag you, you have to play or hold out, which means you don't get your money.
Yep.
So that's going to go down, I think, close to like, I want to say like training camp before that gets solved.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen soon. But Jimmy G moved. Jimmy G signed with the Raiders. How do you think that helps him? Do you think that's an upgrade from Carr? Or do you
Not really. I mean, I don't know. He's actually, I don't know. He gets a lot of hate, but he's actually taken some teams pretty fucking deep.
Yeah.
I don't know why he gets so much hate, I guess, really. He just hasn't. Once he gets there, he kind of dies off, but that's kind of been Aaron Rodgers' MO other than the year he actually won one. So.
It's true. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers kind of does that. That's kind of his thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's a slight upgrade. They did only gave him a 1-year deal, right? Or it's
I think so.
3 years, only one guarantee year. I don't remember how the.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure.
They can back out after 1 year or something.
They give themselves some outs. Yeah.
I mean, it goes back to being with McDaniels, who wanted him in the first place.
Right. He had him in New England when he was the OC there when he was there. So that might be a good place for him to land.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. Hopefully not. Hopefully they suck and like lose every single game because we like the Broncos around here.
Yeah, he could be a good bridge for him because you know they're still going to probably draft someone.
Yeah, I would think that would be the correct move. But the last quarterback that Josh McDaniels drafted was Tim Tebow. So we'll see how that goes. But, I mean, there's Anthony Richardson coming out of Florida. He's another Florida QB coming out. So we'll see what happens with that whole debacle. But Jimmy G, it's not a bad deal for them.
I think he's still a starter for the most part.
He wins.
Yeah.
He wins.
Yeah.
You know, he might not put up 400 yards a game.
He's a top 20-ish or so.
Yeah,
QB,
I would say.
You know?
I'd say that's 18, 17, something like that. That's a solid spot for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, agree. But like I say, hopefully the Raiders lose every game. But looks like Jalen Ramsey went to the Dolphins. Jalen Ramsey's now with the Dolphins. They have Bradley Chubb. They have now Ramsey. They brought over Vic Fangio to be their defensive coordinator. Dude,
pretty solid D.
Dolphins are looking strong so far. See, do you think they're like the Tua situation away from like being a contender?
Yeah, that's tough because he's just one of those guys. He has some great games, but he gets hurt, and he has some goofy games too. They signed Mike White to be a backup, and he has. As soon as Tua starts fucking up, people are probably gonna be calling for Mike White because he's had flashes every time he's came in for anybody. So.
Yeah, he's done all right. Yeah, he was with the Jets last, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Jalen Ramsey, top 3 cornerback in the league. We'll see. It's weird because a couple of years ago when he went from the Jaguars to the Rams, I think he went for like 2 or 3 number 1 picks or like
it was a
some
little
crazy amount. And now he went to the Dolphins for a 3rd rounder and like another like lower pick.
Yeah.
So how quickly, your stock falls sometimes.
Yeah. I don't think he had quite as good of a year last year either. I think there was a few games where he got kind of burned.
He did. He got torched. Yeah. So that was a move. The Bears. They also traded away the number 1 pick over this last week. They traded it to the Panthers for their number 9 pick this year, their 1st rounder next year, and the 2nd rounder the year after that. So, and I think they got another couple of smaller, like 3rd and 4th round picks. And DJ Moore also went with that pick to the Bears. So
yeah, they kind of got a load.
Yeah. Bears are now obviously keeping Justin Fields, and they're like getting capital to put like players around him and try to build that team up. So,
DJ Moore's pretty good.
yeah, he's pretty solid. Do you think that Justin Fields is going to be one of those type of guys, or do you think they're kind of blowing it right now? Should draft a QB this year?
No, I don't think they should draft a QB this year per se. I think they should give him a little more time, but I don't know if he's that guy yet. I think it's still at least one more year before you know that.
Yeah, I agree. And let's see what he does with a few weapons. I mean, he's had nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, very, very little to deal with there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm more for giving him as long as you can, before you start. Sometimes you switch shit up, and then you're just perennially changing without any sort of structure, and it gets tough after a while.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to kind of grin and bear it and get used to some shit and start taking a few beatings, and then they don't hurt as much, and then you're like, that wasn't so bad.
Yeah, that's true.
And you start getting used to shit,
It's a good way to look at it. Yeah, for sure. And then they trade him, and he goes and is like is a superstar somewhere else.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
Yeah.
You trade away your veteran for the young new guy, and then your veteran goes and plays 6 years for his next team, and you're fucking switching out quarterbacks every 2 years for the next fucking decade.
Right. Then you're the Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we have Russ now, but
Yeah.
we'll see how that goes.
Hey, they making some fucking moves, bro. They fucking are beefing up the O-line for the first time since I can fucking remember.
That Powers kid that came from the Ravens, he didn't give up a sack the entire year last year. He's a beast.
That's the kind of shit we need to do, bro.
Derek Wolfe is on the Denver radio station. He does, the Broncos talk on that station, and he played with him when he was in Baltimore, and he was saying that he's a monster. Like he's like, dude, he's a beast. So when you hear that from a guy that's played with them, that's encouraging for sure. They also brought in Mike McGlinchey from San Francisco at right tackle. They paid him a lot of money, bro. Like it was a big contract. But no, I'm good, brother. But McGlinchey is like 6'9", like just a gigantic person himself. So we brought over some dogs. It looks like.
And P.
Ryan, we signed P. Ryan today.
Decent.
He's not bad. He's not bad at all.
I saw somebody say, I don't know if it was how true it was or if it was a fact. They said that he had the like a 400-yard rushing game in college or some shit.
Oh, really?
I think they said he had the NCAA all-time single season or single game record or some
No
shit.
shit, really?
I'll have to double check it, but it was just somebody that I saw commenting saying about how good he was.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wow.
Nice. Yeah. No, he averages over 4 yards a carry, and he's only had 2 fumbles in his entire career.
Wow.
Which is what Melvin Gordon would have in a half.
Wow.
So I think it's an upgrade there for sure.
Wow.
And we get Javonte Williams come back and be healthy. We have a pretty solid backfield.
Yeah, motherfuckers are getting me excited, dude. God damn it.
Sean Payton's in the house, and it looks like the Walton Penner group is not afraid to spend some money.
Yeah.
So they're putting out some cash, and we'll see how it works out. They also brought over Zach Allen from the Cardinals to play on defensive line. He's a monster from what everybody says. They lost Draymond Jones in free agency. He went to Seattle. So they brought in another defensive lineman to take his place. So I like that move as well.
Jarrett Stidham.
Hey, did you hear that, Mr. Brandt?
Yeah.
Jarrett Stidham.
Yeah, put him in the Bronco boxes now.
He had a couple of decent games. He played against the 49ers with the Raiders last season and did pretty well. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a solid backup for us and see what happens. But we'll run it and see what happens this year in the NFL. We got the draft coming up. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more free agent shit coming out here in the next few days too. So keep your ear to the wire and see what happens, y'all.
Yeah, Panthers gets to pick whoever the fuck they want.
Yep, Panthers #1 pick. So they're gonna draft Bo Callahan. Have you ever seen that movie, Draft Day?
Yeah.
Or they trade it?
Okay.
They trade everything for the #1 pick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've only seen it once. It was okay.
yeah. Kevin Costner. Yeah.
Kevin Costner.
But, so that's all that we know as of right now. There's been some other moves. Those were the major ones of the biggest players. But we'll keep an eyeball on it and probably update it again next week, see what's what with the free agency. But you want to move on to the next topic, my brother?
Let's do it.
So the next topic under the sports element this week is about the claim that LeBron James is on PEDs. On the Flagrant podcast, it's a podcast with stand-up comedian Andrew Schultz and Akash Singh. It's a comedy pod, but they're big time UFC fans, so they have Izzy on there all the time. They have UFC people on there all the time. They have like NFL, even Michael Irvin. They've had some sports people on there, but they had I can't pronounce his name. It's Chael Sonnen.
Chael Sonnen.
He was a former UFC fighter, and he was on there. And apparently, he's like the mouth of the South, bro. Like he was like the guy that talked like crazy, mad shit. One of the first ones in the UFC to be that guy.
Yeah.
He was on there, and I was listening to that pod, and I listened to it pretty regularly. And I heard him say this shit, and I was like, what? But apparently, he says that him and LeBron have the same fucking drug dealer.
Yeah.
And he tested positive multiple times in the UFC for PEDs, and he's claiming that LeBron
He's pretty
James.
much the most known. He's like the Jose Canseco of the UFC,
Oh, really?
basically.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, maybe not as far as like getting other people into it, but like, yeah, he was like the most known. He was doing it so much, like stupid amounts and shit, and like didn't care.
Right.
Yeah. And then now, like, kind of calling everybody out after the fact.
That's totally like Conseco. Jeez.
Yeah, almost
Fucking A.
exactly. Yeah.
That's like Aaron Rodgers going to the Jets after Brett Favre went to the Jets.
Yeah, and he's, at first it was like, it was kind of like I was talking about earlier. At first he was like calling people out, and he was like kind of saying shit that other people wouldn't say, or they didn't, because they didn't want to piss people off or whatever. And then as soon as he starts getting famous for that, now he just is an antagonist, and he kind of pokes at people, and you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who's to say? I've never heard anybody else even hint at that, but I mean, if he has some sort of inside information on it, I have no idea, but
Yeah.
you never know. I mean,
Well,
you never know.
what do you think would
If
happen?
he has a prescription for it, then it don't matter. That's what they say about Trout. So
Right. That's true. So, if this comes out to be true, and LeBron did take PEDs, how bad do you think it'll tarnish things for him?
oh, it would be devastating. But I mean, has there been any sort of anything else to go along with, just other than just him saying that? Like,
No, I haven't heard, or not even.
I mean,
rumors.
It would be devastating for him if that was true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, how much do people care in basketball?
It's rare that you hear of somebody doing that in basketball.
Yeah.
Guys in the NBA don't need to bang against each other. They're not punching each other. They're not like tackling, and you know what I mean? So it's a lot different. I don't hear it often.
So, I mean, who knows what supplements people take that may or may not be considered to be fucking supplements to someone else, or,
Right.
What they allow in the NBA, or they,
Right. Are they testing that stringently?
if
or
they don't
yeah.
even test for it in the NBA, I have no idea what the rules even are, or
How much credibility would you give to this guy?
not a ton. I don't know. I mean, I guess I can't say that I've ever known him to like lie, but I know most people don't take him super seriously. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a fun guy who, like you said, he does that, and he'll talk shit, and he'll get people riled up, and he kind of, that's kind of what he does. That's how he stays relevant now.
Yeah.
He kind of had a sloppy career. He wasn't he almost beat Anderson Silva, but he was doped up, and he claims Silva was as well, which, I mean, I think Silva did have a positive test later on in his career, but a lot of these guys had a test here or there,
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it was like even John Bones Jones had a test, but it came back years later that the way they tested was such a small amount that it wasn't even actually there, or I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Like, how's it still there, though, if it's not there? And, like,
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So it's tough. Now they're a lot harder on that, but there was a point in time where it didn't even matter. They didn't test for that shit. So there was guys, and it was even kind of before these guys' time, but where they were just fucking probably right before they jumped in the mat, bro.
Yeah. Right. Like immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
I don't even know how that shit works. I
a
mean,
shot
it
of
probably doesn't
that
actually
and
work that
fucking
way, but
quick little
yeah.
let's go.
Yeah. But like I said, I think he has a lot of fans because of the way he is and the way he talks, and he's not afraid to say something if he believes it.
Yeah.
I think he probably believes it, but
Yeah.
he may have saw him in passing it in the same fucking
Same place.
doctor's office one time and said,
Right.
"Oh,
That's why you're so
do
dominant.
they truly have the same doctor? I don't know if he do." And you're not really supposed to say that,
Right.
You know what I mean?
And I don't think he even said doctor. Like, I think it was like we had the same like black
Oh,
market
drug dealer.
type of
Oh.
guy. So
Yeah, and these guys don't get it from a fucking drug dealer, bro. They get it from a doctor. You know what I mean? Like
you would, you would think
these fucking gigantic. They just get it from they're a drug dealer, but it's a crooked doctor.
it's a crooked doctor.
Yeah,
Right.
It's not like some guy selling it in the fucking
Hey yo,
alley and
hey,
shit.
yo, man, I got that HGH, man. Yeah.
Yeah, they have to have a fucking way to get it and shit.
Right.
So
Right.
I'm pretty sure that's what he meant. It was like a play on a crooked doctor by calling him a drug dealer, which he is a drug
He
dealer.
is. Yeah. Yeah,
so,
for sure.
but-
Just with a license to do so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if the doctor / drug dealer can find some sort of way to prescribe you with fucking medical marijuana, I mean steroids, then whatever, I guess.
Shit.
But I don't know. I've never heard anybody else ever accuse him, or really anybody in the NBA of it. So that's what kind of like, I don't know. Maybe they do because they don't test for it. Maybe there is a handful of guys that do it.
It'd be interesting. It was an interesting thing to hear. It was kind of shocking.
Yeah.
I was at work and I had thrown my headphones on, listen to podcasts. I listen to our podcast in there sometimes. And I was listening and I heard him say that. I was like, what did he just say? Did he say LeBron? I rewound it and I was like, he sure the fuck did. So
Did they talk? I saw something about it. I've seen like some posts about it and shit, or like whatever. But did they go on to talk about it in much more in depth than that, or did
Not
they just
really.
kind of said that and they were like ha 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 and they kind of moved on?
not really. It wasn't too deep. It was like what you saw is pretty much what it was. Yeah.
They were like, we don't talk about LeBron.
Ixnay LeBron Lay.
Disney has a piece of this, homie.
But yeah, no, I thought it was interesting, and I knew you knew UFC, so I figured I'd throw that in, see what you had to say.
I mean, he's popular now because of how he talks, and he's kind of like that, and he probably does say some shit that is true that people don't want to hear sometimes. So
Yeah.
who knows, bro? If in a few months somebody else says, "Oh yeah, I kind of saw that too," or
LeBron and I also have the same drug dealer.
who knows, man?
Yeah.
But I think it would be devastating for him because that's kind of always been part of his thing. Was he was just like the natural athlete, which he was and is. He's just built different. It's like these guys that fucking Gronk as a tight end. You know what I mean? Shaq as a fucking center. It's like they're kind of just born with the body that helps them a little bit. Have a slight advantage just because of their body.
Yeah, 100%.
Maybe not even slight, but
Quite a bit of an advantage. Yeah.
they
Yeah, especially in LeBron's case, because, I mean, a guy that can move the way he does at his size, it's unstoppable.
yeah.
And he's been that forever, So, I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, I hate LeBron more than just about anybody. But I would hate to see that happen. I would hate to see his legacy tarnished by that if that ends up being the case.
And, if that was the case, then it would end up probably being a bunch of people, I bet.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
If it was to finally break or whatever,
No.
I bet you it would have been
You're right. Yeah. It's going to be
a whole circle.
Yep. Dwayne Wade. It's gonna be,
These guys can't stay on the motherfucking court, bro. They ain't taking steroids. That's why you fucking take all the steroids is to stay healthy.
right. It's true. It's true.
These motherfuckers take a fucking day off every other week.
Had a little load management this week, coach.
I mean, for the most part, I think that's why they start. And you know what I mean? I think that's why just about every athlete ever started was to get their strength back. And then they're like, damn, this is kind of nice.
Oh, feeling kind of good.
I'll stop next week.
One more cycle.
You know?
This is kind of nice. Yeah, it's true.
But
It's like, who was it? I can't remember. Oh, it was Bill Burr. He was saying about people that get plastic surgery. He's like, yeah, once you get one thing done, that's not going to be the only thing. He's like, you don't just, when you wash your car, you just don't wash the fender. He's like, yeah, you got to wash the hood. You got to wash the windshield. You got to wash that. And he's like, maybe I'll get this done. Maybe I'll get that. He's like, next thing you know, you look like a lizard.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now the rest of your face doesn't match your fucking nose. You gotta fucking fix the rest of that shit.
Do I look like younger? He's like, no, you look weird. You're all shiny. Fucking love me some Bill Burr.
Honey, go fuck yourself.
Pretty fucking funny, dude.
But is it that time, my brother?
I suppose it is. So this last week we had some okay fights. It was just a fight night. Bantamweight, we had Jonathan Martinez versus Said Nurmagomedov. He actually won, dude. The homeboy from Pueblo won. No, he ain't from Pueblo. Martinez won. It was kind of an upset. Said was kind of the hype a while back, and yeah, he mopped him up pretty good. Honestly, it was a decision, but he dominated him the whole fight, and he moved on. So Said now is I think we got 3 losses, 16-3 or so.
That's still not bad.
It's still not bad, but his hype train has definitely been probably derailed. A little bit.
His hype train got a derailment.
So we'll see if old Martinez can make a move.
Let's go, Martinez.
Let's see. Then the Nikita Krylov Ryan Spann fight that was canceled a couple weeks ago got rescheduled for this fight. Krylov ended up submitting him in the first round. It was pretty quick, pretty handedly. It was a decent fight, but Krylov, I'm kind of digging that guy. He was sick or something, and he looked pretty heartfelt apology. Like he's like, oh, I'm so sorry I wasn't able to fight. Kind of messed everything up.
Yeah.
Like I really want everybody to think that I can do this and yada yada. So it was like I was like, I kind of like that guy. So hopefully, I might root for him a little bit in the future. Let's see. Then we had Alexander Volkov. He freaking dominated Alexander Romanov. Volkov versus Romanov. Romanov was 16-1 before that, so he was kind of the hype. He's like one of these polar bear motherfuckers, man. And he, as soon as he couldn't take him down once, it was over. It was like he lost all of his mojo, lost all of his faith, and just got whipped up.
Yeah,
he got whipped up pretty bad. So then the main event was actually really fucking good. It was Mirab Walishvili with a D and a W and a V and all kinds of shit in there. I don't think there's any W's, but it sounds like a W.
There probably is a few.
Every time if I'm watching the fights by myself or if I'm just reading their name, I say it perfectly, bro. But then when I go to say it on the pod, I'm like, so Mirab Walishvili, he actually decisioned Peter Yan. So I think most people thought Yan was going to win that fight, but Walishvili he's kind of been an up-and-comer for the last couple years. So they had like a little bit of a beef going on because he's from Georgia and Yan is from Russia. And so they were like taking it personally.
Right.
Your country's fucking up my shit. And so he was, you could see even at the weigh-ins and stuff, they kind of almost got into it. And you could see it in his eyes, bro, when they were fighting. He fucking hated that motherfucker.
Yeah.
And he dominated him the whole fight pretty well. It was pretty unexpected, but these dudes are so tiny, man. It's kind of funny watching them fight. But
yeah,
ever since Yan got decisioned by O'Malley, and that was he lost to Aljo with the weird knee thing.
Mm-hmm.
He accidentally kneed him when he was down.
Yeah.
And then he rematched Aljo, and Aljo beat him, and he still cried about that. And then he lost to O'Malley. So now he just now lost again. So he's kind of done, maybe not done, but he's lost 3 out of 4.
Out of contention.
And he was like the guy. So
yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see what happens with him. But Walishvili is going to be one to watch now in the future. And these guys are bantamweights as well. So, they're small, but they're bulky.
Yeah.
So there was some good bantamweight action, and that bantamweight division's ending up tightening up pretty good. So let's see. Next will be the UFC 286, and that will be women's fly. Gonna have Casey O'Neill. She's 9-0. She's got some nice rookies out this year. She's kind of been the hype. She's been winning, and she's probably the hype of the female rookies, I would say, I guess, probably for the most part of available rookies for this year's cards. So she's taking on Jennifer Maia, who's a UFC veteran, but her record is 29-1. So she's not a great record per se. 29-1, not 29-1.
Oh,
yeah. 20.
I was like 29-1.
So one.
She's a monster.
Yeah, one draw, I guess. And
right.
So that's like 2-1.
Right.
So it's not great.
It's not the best.
Great.
Yeah.
But she is a veteran and she's been around for a while, so it should still be a challenge. But it's the kind of the 9-0 hype versus the declining veteran, right? Stepping stool, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one of those stepping stool fights that I kind of talk about sometimes. But that should still be good. I'm kind of hoping Casey does well. I like to see the new fighters do well. Lightweight's going to be Justin Gaethje versus Rafael Fiziev. Fiziev is another rookie this year. I've got actually a autograph. I think I've got an autograph of his coming back from PSA soon.
Nice.
So,
little pumpy dumpy.
Yeah, a little pump and a little dump maybe.
A little pumpy dumpy.
So, and Justin Gaethje is always banging. He's always in the banger fights. The fight versus Chandler was like one of the best of all time. So, that is definitely one to look forward to. That one's a tough one because I like to root for the younger guys, but Gaethje's a favorite, so that's gonna be a tough call.
Yeah.
Welterweight, the headliner gonna be, and this for being an actual pay-per-view doesn't have a ton of big fights on it, so I was kind of a little disappointed by that, but. The main event, of course, the headliner is going to be the welterweight rematch for the belt. Leon Edwards is going to try and keep his championship going against Kamaru Usman. So I don't know. We'll see. He's got his chance to prove that wasn't a fluke.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
he was losing.
He was losing
pretty good all the way up until that happened. So I mean, that was his chance.
Yeah.
Now is his chance. So we'll see. That kind of just happened with Valentina. It just happened with Nunez.
Right.
So they Nunez proved it right. Valentina's gonna have her shot. Usman's gonna have his shot. So
Izzy's gonna get his shot.
He's gonna get his shot. So
yeah,
a lot of these champions that were champs for a little while all got knocked off pretty recently. And
yeah, a lot of them, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're all gonna get their rematches pretty quickly. It looks like. So
yeah.
As long as health holds up, nothing weird happens, and they have to postpone fights, and then stupid shit starts happening once that happens.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but yeah, that's about it, I guess, for UFC, and nothing too crazy on that card. Like I said, there's some nice fights on there, but as far as the rest of the fights on there, it was a little disappointing for a pay-per-view.
Yeah, yeah. I'd like to watch that Usman Edwards fight for sure.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to get down for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool, man. That's all I got for this week, my brother. You got anything you want to hit up?
Oh, no. Just teased that blaster giveaway a little bit earlier. So, the couple stipulations to win this free blaster, all you have to do is make sure that you watch on YouTube. So, if you're listening on Spotify, iTunes, whatever, you're going to have to go watch this video on YouTube at least long enough to get a download or whatever. You're going to have to make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're not already. And I think that's it, right? Is that all we said?
Yeah. Yeah.
So just do us a quick favor. Go like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Maybe let us know that you did, but we should get a notification that you did. And the last stipulation is going to be that you have to send us a message telling me the color of the Goose Gossage prism. Or, I said prism.
You said prism.
Refractor. So the Goose Gossage prism. Oh my God, I did it again. What if some?
Say another motherfucking word and this shit is over.
Panini sucks. My bad. The refractor. The color of the Topps Chrome Refractor Goose Gossage Auto. That's all you got to do. Tell us that. And go like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And then I'll rip and ship this, and I'll give it away to a random person who comments.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So that didn't go super smooth. I said it all stupid. We'll work it out. Somebody's going to get a free rip and ship blaster. If one person goes and does it, it's yours. So if 10 people do it, we'll randomize it, and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
We'll draw names out of a hat or some stupid shit. Whatever the fuck we got to do.
We'll do something.
Yeah.
We'll do something. We'll be creative with it.
One way or the other, it's on. Get you a free $24 blaster and get you one of those free, find one of those golden mirror base parallel cards that are super rare, or one of those magical. Oh, that's what we forgot to hit up Scanlon about.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
He has a theory on the, he said that he thinks that it's a invisible ink autograph.
What?
That's why you have to find it.
Oh, no.
It's a hidden gem or whatever. You know, the hidden gem that they said that nobody found yet?
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe. You'll never know.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So, either way, help us out, guys. I fucked that all up, but just, I'm telling you.
Jeremy was like Chris Rock. Did you see that new Chris Rock special?
No.
He went and he fucking destroyed Will Smith. But like in the joke leading up, he fucked it all up. Like he said it backward and like it killed the punchline. And he's like, man, I fucked that. And he did that. He did that special live. Like he did it live on Netflix, and he fucked that up bad. Yeah. And he continued on to devastate Will Smith's life, but.
Yeah. I'll have to go watch it.
It's good. It's funny. It's my mom even saw it, and she was like, "Oh, he deserved that.
Yeah,
he deserved all that."
Ooh, man.
When your mama says that,
yeah.
But he went hard on him.
Yeah, I should have had that all written out and scripted as what to say, because that was some dumb shit. I thought I had some kind of memory, but yeah, now
it's all good, dog. It's all good. We're gonna also have another little, maybe another little giveaway next time. So
yeah,
throw a little teaser out there.
Yeah, we'll give the deets on that.
And give the deets on the next
after we rip this bad boy for you.
Yep.
So during the rip it of the cardboard, I'll rip this for someone.
Yep, for sure.
Somebody come win this fucking shit for free. At least one person.
Yeah. Just give us some likes and some subs. And
you'll have to do it by Monday.
Yep.
So make sure you do it by Monday night.
Yep. Today is Tuesday the 14th. So Monday the 20th, 19th. So have it done by then.
Monday at midnight or so.
Mm-hmm. Like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Know the color of the refractor, and we might give it some free shit.
Yep. Okay.
Cool. So let's get up on that. Let's like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we appreciate you guys. Every last fucking one of you that wants to listen and give us some of your time. Appreciate the hell out of you.
Yeah.
So thanks for checking us out, and thanks for fucking rocking with us again. And we'll be catching you next week.
Go Broncos.
Go Broncos. Peace, guys.
Peace.